Hello everyone, what's going on? It's Eric and welcome. Oh, also, there's an Ian.
I say, so I awake.
So we awakened. And welcome to Metroid Fusion. Man, I'm hyped as shit. Oh,
So
right.
we begin adventure in space.
Wait, hey, I didn't ask for you.
I think that was more of the demo logs. That was a thing back in the olden game days.
Yeah. So, it was a thing.
So yeah, why don't we give them a bit of trivia about this game if you want.
Go ahead.
What they're walking into.
Go ahead.
Maybe you engage with your audience. Go engage with me. Fine, I guess.
Metroid 4 basically takes place. What did we say? It was after.
It's basically the end events of Samus's career. Basically, it's one of the latest entry. It's based, and if you're looking at a timeline, it's based the last entry of furthest entry, more or less.
Yeah. So.
But I suppose if we have to include a thing that actually exists, this takes place sometime after Other M.
So say you said it was Other M. I've been assigned to watch over biologics research team, so I once again found myself on the surface of SR388, home of the Metroids.
Formerly the house,
That's
the
true.
planet
Yes.
full
Formerly
of Metroids.
home of Metroids.
They're all kind of dead now. I won't lie, I love Samus's instinct to just shoot this thing with missiles.
Right. It was there I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Basically the intro. Once the X had infested my central nervous system. What's that? Oh yeah, context to that. Yeah.
Say only with context.
I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. Assholes.
Well, I mean, admittedly, it was either that or you're going to drift in space forever and probably die.
Yeah. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that I could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance, However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then, someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR388. This is, what, isn't this one the sequel to Super?
Technically, they are referring to the events from Super, basically.
Yeah. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X-Parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. Yeah, this is basically Samus now.
Or what's left of Samus.
Yeah. As for me, one life ended. Yet I survived, reborn. As something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. We'll soon be arriving at the B.S.L research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biologic Space Labs, or B.S.L research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station, For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the B.S.L Station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt, computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO.
So yeah, new ship since her old one kind of exploded.
It kind of flew into an asteroid belt and went fucking boom.
Granted, not intentionally, since she did kind of pass out from being assaulted by the X.
Yeah, which the X are fucking terrifying.
Which I will say, I do actually like how this ship looks.
It's definitely
more
different
than her normal helmet ship.
Oh yeah. Also, this is the map of the main. What is it? This is the main station.
Yeah, it's the main deck.
Yeah. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X-Parasites. The cause of the explosion is yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your Latin abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way, uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go to the quarantine bay. Basically, the computer will ask at all times of, is our objective clear?
And get used to him pretty much kind of telling you what to do. This is also kind of part due to the fact that this was a handheld game, so this is more meant to be a bit more simplistic and allowing to remind the player, like, hey, do you need a reminder in case you don't remember what the hell you've been doing?
Confirm mission, yeah, like this. Confirm mission objective, no, because we know what to do.
Yeah.
So, B is to jump. B is to basically fire. A is to jump.
Yeah, pretty much you can jump and shoot like any other real Metroid game for the most part.
So our job is head to the quarantine bay.
Pretty much.
Which is pretty simple.
More or less. Yeah. So story-wise, for Miss Samus here, basically, if you were to look into her DNA structure, it's quite a mess now.
Yeah, her DNA structure is like entirely. She's part Metroid now.
She's absolutely part Metroid now. On top of the Chozo DNA that was given to her during her training, and the fact that she's still human. So
yeah, so she's like
lovely chimera of things.
Oh yeah. Also, red door we cannot touch because of you'll see different colored doors along our path. I'll explain them as we kind of approach the times where we need them.
For the time being, just know that we don't have authorization.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, welcome to the main deck. So, should we? Let's kind of explore a little bit.
Indeed. Any kind of square that you see with an N will be referred to as a navigation room. That is basically a plot door, more or less.
Yeah. Anything with a D is a data room, S for save room, and R for restoration room.
Save rooms pretty much say what they do on the tin. A restoration room will pretty much restore your health and your missiles, I believe.
Yeah.
Or basically,
it just refills you.
And data rooms will basically just be for upgrades, but we'll go over those a bit later on.
Yeah. In fact, I think we're actually going to go over it right now. Well, actually, no, soon. The quarantine bay is ahead. Vital signs are confirmed. Be careful. So, yeah. No, that's right. We can't go that way yet. You're gonna see a lot of stuff that we're not able to do just yet. Soon we'll be able to.
For the time being, there's all in good time at least.
This is the quarantine bay. And what do we find? But a frog.
Yeah, it's that frog thing.
Also, since we basically are part Metroid, we can now absorb the X-Parasites.
And they do have there is a in-universe explanation for that, which we'll let the game kind of explain that.
Yeah, it's easier for the game to explain it, then we can kind of go a little bit more in-depth to it.
I mean, we could explain, but they kind of put it quite a little better than we could.
Yeah. Alright. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X-Parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X-Parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X-Parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore Latin abilities this way, so pursue free X-Parasites whenever you possibly can. The station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% bio capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now get going. I have released the level unlocks 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. Basically, the white, like, doors like that, that's basically plot demanding, so only navigation room can open that.
Or at least, like, it's basically like, does the plot say you can't go there? Good. Too bad.
Yeah. But we can, however, go into now doors that have that.
Yeah. Those are just basically your bug standard doors for the most part.
There are different colors. There's 3 different colors to the X-Parasites. There's yellow, green, and red. Yellow ones will restore 10 of your health. The green ones will restore...
what the green and red ones do in time.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and hit the save room real fast.
You'll probably see Eric go enter these rooms quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty important, honestly, and it helps not having to lose progress, basically.
Oh, yeah. Also, things like that, don't worry about those for at least now.
Yeah. Let's just say we don't have sufficient firepower enough to kind of break through those.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I will say, there is really no way of skipping the navigation rooms. You have to kind of go through them.
Unless you're traveling to, like, a different area, but that's only then.
That's at a later point. But
yeah.
For the most part, like, going through the story, like, once you hit a navigation room, you're forced to let the computer here talk to you.
Yeah. I've received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. And he'll also, like, our computer will point out, like, where certain things go. And with the missiles, our survivability rate climbs up to 20%.
Yeah. Since as he has explained, there will be plenty of enemies that our beam just is not strong enough to even, like, remotely harm.
Yeah. Also, there's going to be moments like this for a little bit that, yeah.
The inner monologue of Samus Aran.
Yep.
This is technically the first time she ever really spoke.
Yeah. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. So our new CO is basically Samus calls him Adam.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what we'll probably be calling the computer from now on. Just call him Adam.
So this is a restoration room. Basically restores your health, missiles.
Recharge room, really.
Yeah. Save room.
Recharge rooms are very few and far between, so
use them when you
probably won't see these often. And which is fair, I guess, but it is a little unfortunate that it's like,
right.
They're not, because there are certain parts of the game I feel like they could have been used. There could have been like one strategically placed to maybe be a bit more useful.
If only. Yeah, this is our data room, which basically installs us with new programs such as missiles.
Oh, yes.
Which is, you will literally probably see me fucking flinging missiles about every which way I can.
Despite me trying to warn him to hold on to them for the most part.
Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the location. It's located here. I'm reading huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or observe a special type of X-Parasite, basically meaning the green one. You'll see them.
Which we haven't really seen yet, but
no.
Yes.
The green one basically does a missile recharge. The red one will actually be able to explain sometime here shortly, too.
Yeah. The red one will explain in time, but
yeah.
Just know there are red, greens, and yellows right now.
Also, that door up there.
There's a special type. There are technically 2 more special types of the X-Parasite, but we'll go over those when the time is right.
Accident fell. I thought that was another platform.
So now just know, like, yellow gives you health and green just stores your missiles.
Yep. Let's go ahead and blow a hole through that. And run through.
And now we are in a unmapped area of the game,
yep.
basically, which
green
will always
areas
be depicted as green corridors.
Yep. And there's a lot. But yeah, those, also that's a green X-Parasite. Also, those are fall blocks, which can only be basically touched from above.
Yeah. Welcome to the bane of Eric's existence.
I'll start with me right now, man. I'll brute force my fucking way through those things.
Oh, yeah. For those who don't know anything about Metroid Fusion and have no idea what I'm referring to,
You'll find out soon.
you guys will see in time. For those of you who do know what I'm talking about, you guys know what to look forward to.
Also, our first missile tank upgrade.
This was the first upgrade as well. Very lovingly given to you, like, kind of right away.
Yep. I believe we need to go... Do we need to go over here? Oh no, look at that. Another missile tank upgrade.
Indeed. A secret. There are secrets aplenty in this game.
There's a lot. I think the game ends you with 250 missiles, I think?
Quite a lot. Like, you will... Eventually, you'll get to a point, when you collect everything, you'll have more missiles than you know what to do with.
Yeah. Which is so true. Let's go ahead and hit this save room real fast.
Which it's almost the point of you could do what Eric suggested, just throwing missiles everywhere and it won't really matter.
Later, you will see that. You will see me flinging missiles left and right without a care in the world.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But for now, missiles are very important, and it's a valuable resource that we can't really afford to waste.
Okay, so this is a, basically a...
This is...
Oh, bitch.
It's a boss store.
The only way you can take them out...
Yeah. Basically, all I do is they'll open their eye, they'll either blink in which they will attack, or they will expose their actual people, in which you just gotta shoot a missile at them.
Yep. Don't run into it like I did. I keep firing the game.
In terms of the game, this is probably one of the most consistent mechanics of the game, is just the boss stores. Yep. There is another mechanic that's just as consistent, which we will see in time. Eric, I appreciate how impatient you are trying to hit it with your beam.
Well, I'm not trying to hit it with the beam. I'm trying to take care of this thing before it hits me. Okay, that's a red X. And there it went. A red X basically restores a massive amount of health and a lot of your missiles. Yeah. It's not a full heal,
and for the early game, it might as well be a full restore, which is quite nice.
Also, this is something new. I actually want to explain these. Basically, you climb onto a platform, and with pressing like the option away from where you're facing, you can basically jump over to other areas.
Oh yes.
Which
there is more of a advanced tech to this technique as well, where we can actually kind of jump from wall to wall without having to latch onto ledges.
Oh yeah. There is another secret like right in this room. Unfortunately, we're not able to get it for a while.
Actually, I think you technically can, actually.
Can I?
Yeah. Going up.
Oh yeah, I guess I can. I didn't think I could. Yeah, another energy tank.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could get this one. I thought I had to have the morph ball for that.
So the beautiful thing about this is you have you're a little bit more beefed up now. You have a little bit more preparation for this fight. So even then,
it's not a tough fight.
Not the most straightforward. It's not the hardest thing.
That is a core X. We'll explain those more here a little bit later.
But what you should really know more importantly is their bosses. Say hello to this big boy.
Oh.
The bosses in this game, for the most part, are pretty straightforward. They all have a very simple gimmick, and you get kind of a better understanding of how the X-Parasites work through the bosses themselves, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fun ones. I'm hitting fucking... I have no missiles, that's why.
Yeah. So these X-Parasites have a very lazy chase animation where they will basically come after you. If you hit them with your beam, they will drop extra parasites in order to get missiles and health if you so need.
Which you need.
Really harm them is you just have to attack them with missiles until they break. That membrane kind of breaks around them.
Oh. Sorry, I made that look like I was doing really trash at that. I do apologize. But we now have the morph ball ability. Woo!
Neat.
Oh yeah.
So this is pretty much how we're going to be getting most of our new abilities, is just through the X-Parasite bosses.
Yep. I know there's another secret, like...
And
no.
for the most part with bosses, it's just hit them with missiles.
Yeah. he's not wrong. It's literally just hit them with missiles. Also, if you see walls like that, that means you can scale them.
Yep, they are a nice climbable wall, which you can also fire away from them, which is handy.
Yeah. Also, look at this. We're back in this room. Ho ho.
Indeed.
So,
it's a nice little
something
secret.
that we can do real quick.
So I don't know if you can actually technically go through the first time around, or if it's just like...
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I could have tried.
I imagine there's probably a way they would keep you from doing that, just
right.
to kind of keep you nice and
Also,
railroaded for the most
nice
part.
little recharge room.
That one missile back.
You know, sometimes you just need that one missile.
Which is fair. I think all this point, outside of obviously saving so we don't have to repeat this level sequence, is I guess just go talk with Adam and see what...
But we'll
see
do
what's up.
that in the next episode.
Indeed.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Let's Play Metroid Fusion. We will see you guys in the next episode. So until then, this is Eric and Ian signing off, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.